So today we're going to be unboxing my next project guitar. It's going to be a good one. Stay tuned. Yes, good people, welcome back to the Guitar Manifesto channel. Hope you're all doing well out there. So today we've finally taken delivery of the Squier J Mascis Jazzmaster loaded body. Now I paid £200 for this. Very used, very abused, been modified. Just the body, doesn't come with a neck, and a few other little bits on it that we'll check out. So let's get it open and see what we get inside. Alright. Okay, there's the knife. Alright, so there we go. J Mascis loaded Jazzmaster body, been used, been abused, been modified. So far looking good. It's got quite a few dings on it. They did say that in the description of the item. I've obviously got this off eBay. So far looking good. Oh, and we got the wiggle stick. So there you go, she's looking pretty darn cool already. So yeah, it's not the original J Mascis Jazzmaster setup. It's literally the J Mascis body, the bridge, possibly that pickup cover, but everything else has kind of been modified. So the seller, who was based in Liverpool, was using this as a gigging guitar. So it's got a made in Japan Fender vibrato system on it, which has got the lock, so if you snap a string it still stays in tune. The collet has been upgraded to a staytrem collet and arm, which is that part. So these are a bit of a better fit, but it does sit really high. Oh no, we can get that in. Yeah, but that should be pretty cool. Nice good little upgrade on it. In terms of the actual setup itself, you've got a aftermarket taut pickguard, which I don't like straight off the bat. There is no pickup in the neck position. All the wiring has been kind of ripped out. There's no rhythm lead circuit. You've just got a volume, freeway selector switch and an output jack. This is basically a Sonic Youth wiring setup. So in the bridge position, we've just got one humbucking pickup. There's no neck pickup. This apparently is a Fender black top pickup, which is not wired in, so we need to wire all this together. But I think for 200 quid in the current prices, this is a cool little project guitar, obviously with a made in Japan Fender vibrato. Personally, I think this looks darn cool. You got that Jazzmaster vintage white body. It's got some cool stickers on it. It's got a Camilla sticker. Was that from Twin Peaks or something in the 90s? Got a welcome sticker, and what I think is probably the best thing on this, which really sold it for me, is a J Mascis sticker. Yeah, I guess.
I think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, vintage white J Mascis Jazzmaster body. These are basswood if I remember rightly, but I think it's a pretty cool grungy alt rock early 90s kind of vibe going on about it. 200 quid, do you think that's a good price in this current climate? I actually think it is. Basically, if I wanted to restore this back to a full J Mascis Jazzmaster, obviously it's going to need a neck, it's going to need a loaded pickguard. The body's a bit beat up, but I think that's pretty cool anyway. J Mascis guitars, if you've ever seen his ones, they're not in the best of condition, but you know, a bit of genuine wear. Apparently this is a 2015 body, but there's so much we can do with this. I've got some big plans for it. I'm going to try and source a proper neck. Pickguard, I would like to go back to the gold anodized pickguard, but we can get bits along the way and do little modifications and try different little setups out on it. Again, at the minute it's only got one pickup, but in the meantime I could always put these P90s that I've got in it at some point. Maybe just stick a neck pickup in, humbucker on the bridge, you know, just do something a bit different. We could check out this Sonic Youth wiring setup, which I think is a pretty good idea. In terms of the proper Jazzmaster setup, I didn't really use the rhythm circuit anyway, so I'm not too fussed about that. We could go back to stock, we can mod it, we can do whatever we want with this, but I think this is going to be a cool ongoing series. So for now, what I'm going to do is see if I've got a neck that will fit this, and then maybe just wire in this humbucker pickup, and then see what it sounds like as is. But I'm just going to check my stash, see if I've got a neck. So one neck that might fit is the Robster Strat neck. Now this might be okay. Yeah, not too bad in the neck pocket, a little bit loose. But once we button it down, that should be fine. Obviously that's red, but at the minute it's just a temporary neck just so we can get things up and running. And it's got the large headstock, but you know, red neck, tilt guard, vintage white body. Yeah. Next step I reckon is get this pickguard off and see what's going on underneath. Okay, so whatever pickguard that is, so 2012 with shielding on it. So it looks like we've got a 1 meg CTS pot for the volume. We've got a pretty decent 3-way selector switch, and that's a Switchcraft output jack with some cloth wiring, so I think we're pretty decent there. I think that's a good score. Now I want to check this pickup just to make sure it's a Fender blacktop pickup, because they are marked with Fender on the back, and they should have 4 wires coming out of them. MPH1F. I don't say Fender on that, so I'll have to double check, but yeah, I've never seen them like that before without the Fender stamp on them, but I may be wrong. Still some original screws from the Jazzmaster pickup, but yeah, she's definitely a used example. Oh, another thing on it as well, there's a bit on the neck pocket that's been professionally glued on. There's a little chunk that come off, but it looks solid. Probably stick a bit of touch-up pen in there, mask it a bit better. Slight crack in the neck joint, but that's pretty common on these. That's just the paint. It looks like it was wired in with 2 pickups at some point. I wonder if that's the ground to go onto that bridge piece. So what I reckon we'll do now is to try and wire this in, and then put this neck on, put some strings on, and see if we get any cool sounds out of it. Upon a bit more investigation, this is a Fender pickup. It's definitely not a blacktop one. This is off a Fender Modern Player, which were Chinese, pretty much the same factory these J Mascis were made in. From what I can tell, it is 8.17k ohms, so it's not very hot. It's going to sound a bit crap on here, I reckon. I reckon it was off a Fender Modern Player Telecaster from what I can make out. And with the wiring on it, there's 4 wires, so you've got white, red, green and bare. And I believe the white you just snip away, the red is your hot, and the green and the bare is your ground. The black wire going from the pot, from the second lug to the output jack is the hot. This is a ground wire, this is a ground wire. This needs to go in there, but I'm going to have fun getting that out, I reckon. Okay, so I managed to get the ground wire in. Pickup's wired in, just got to blank off that little wire there. Hopefully this pickup's wired in right, but you know, bit of guesswork going on here. And I'll quickly plug it in, see if we get some sound, and then we'll take it from there. So I just went down to the man cave, plugged it in, we've got sound. So I'm just going to use a couple of these pickguard screws just to screw this pickup in, because it don't matter, it's coming back out. I ain't messing around with this too much. So at least we got a working pickup. How good it sounds we shall soon find out. And then we'll put the Robster Strat neck on for that added grunge appeal. The strings that are on here, they look like Roto Sound strings, so we'll go with them. Again, just go with what we got out the box. Yeah, that should do the trick. Alright, so we got a neck with a large headstock, rosewood fingerboard. Again, this was my Robster Strat. It's got some Chinese tuners on. This was 1999, crafted in China. So she'll fit. I just need to dig out neck plates and screws and we get that on. In my stash we have a few neck plates. I'll check that out. I've got 2 neck plates there, and I've got some. There we go. This neck ain't the best fit, but it will do for now. And see how we line up. Now this is a bit loose, it might need a bit of fine adjustment once we've got it all on. So what I'll do is I'll bolt this in for now, put the strings on. If it's slightly out of a line, I'll loosen off these bolts and then realign it that way and tighten them back up. But as long as we get it playable today, I'm happy. Yeah, the Robster Jazzmaster J Mascis edition. Right, let's get these manky old strings on. Today's neck rest of choice is some recycling bags. That'll do. So there you go. We got a neck on. We got a humbucker in, we got strings on. I reckon next thing we should do is plug her in. there you go, that's my J Mascis project guitar. We're going to get quite a few videos out of this. As it is, off the bat, stuck a temporary neck on, got it running, so you know, I'm happy with that. That humbucker actually does sound pretty decent. It's quite bright because it's got a 1 meg pot in there, so I don't think I'll be keeping that, but if I did, I'd probably swap that down to a 500k pot. I do like the wiring setup on this as opposed to the standard J Mascis with all the rhythm lead circuit. I think that's nice and easy, quite simple. I very rarely use the tone control, so for me, I'm quite happy with that. But in terms of the general setup, I like the vibrato. I've not really obviously played it on camera yet. Just put new strings on and a different neck, so I'd rather this settle in a bit before I start giving it some dive bombs. But I did have a little play of it earlier and it does feel quite responsive. I've been impressed with that, but yeah, that's a score with that. So the difference with a Fender one, obviously, it's a better quality metals, but it's got that lock in there, which you don't get on the Squiers. So basically, with the lock on, if you snap a string, all your rest of your strings stay in tune, where on a normal Squier one, they'll all go out of tune because of the tension on the vibrato. But yeah, some sweet stickers on the back, so let me know what you think to the aesthetics of it at the minute. It does look somewhat like Sonic Youth would play, but yeah, it's a bit of a mishmash. It's a late 80s, early 90s alternative rock, Sonic Youth, J Mascis, you know, all that kind of thing. A bit of grunge in there. I like it. You know, it's all temporary. The neck will go, but it did the job for today. In terms of the setup, just to get it playing, it's actually pretty decent. It probably could do with a neck shim because I've got this Tunematic bridge pretty much decked and the action is just a little bit too high, but it's playable for now. I'm going to try and source another neck. It could take me, you know, a week, 2 weeks, could take me a month, but you know, bear that in mind. We're going to do a lot to this. Again, I'd like to get a gold anodized pickguard. I'm quite open to try different combinations of pickups, pickguards, so let me know in the comments section below what you think I should do to this. Nothing's ever going to be the finished article with it. This is going to be an ongoing project. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Plenty more to come with this one. It's going to be a good little series. So yeah, please let me know in the comments section below what you think to it so far. I know it's a bit of a ugly duckling, but we could turn it into a sweet looking guitar. But yeah, let me know what you think to it so far, what you'd like to see done to it, if you like a different pickup configuration. In terms of the body, the vibrato, that's pretty much staying. The stickers, that's a stayer. I'm not too sure about the rest. You let me know. Obviously, if I change the pickguard, things are going to change. But yeah, there you go. That's a Squier J Mascis Jazzmaster project guitar. And that'll probably do for today. So if you enjoyed the video, please give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Also hit notifications to all so you stay up to date on all the latest videos. Follow me, Instagram, the Guitar Manifesto, and also on Facebook. Check the link below for Guitar Manifesto merch, and if you want to support the channel, there's links to Patreon down there. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I know it's been a long video, so I'm going to have a little play with this and I'll catch you all very soon. Peace.